Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fantasy Couch Podcast. We're doing a versus mock draft. Brain versus Mike 2020 NFL mock draft. I want to hear your guys' takes. I want to read a lot of them so people on the podcast can hear what you guys think. This is going to be a very good draft class, very interesting draft class. And Roger Goodell's doing this like in his basement. This is going to be crazy.
On Zoom.
This is going to be so funny. Is it going to get hacked, Mike? Is someone going to take Is Dave Gettleman going to take a dump and forget his cameras on? Like, a lot of things can happen.
A lot of things can happen. This reminds me of like the Tunsil draft day debacle, where he was on camera with a mask. I won't say what kind, but definitely caused him to drop down. You can
say gas mask. The recreational gas mask.
Recreational gas mask. That, someone hacked his, I guess, Twitter or something or IG and then found the video and then posted it on his IG like the day of the draft.
Video was old too, I think.
Yeah, it was old. So I heard the rumor was it was like his stepdad or something.
Yeah, it was his stepdad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's almost always some kind of drama or something. Like I every draft I hear, most people talk about Brady, or the TV talks about Brady. But I think when I hear the word NFL draft, the first thing I think about is Aaron Rodgers and how our Niners didn't take him and he fell. It's so crazy. Like, he was so good. But yeah, it's gonna happen. And then this year with all this quarantine lockdown stuff, I'm sure something crazy is going to happen. Like, how about if someone loses the internet? Like, just something so weird. And a lot of trades get made the last second or it can't be made. It's going to be a lot going on. We can compare our mock draft to, the industry leading mock drafters here, ESPN. And I know, Mike, you can't see this, but if you just search for this, look at 2020 NFL mock draft 4.0, Mel Kiper's 2-round predictions for Herbert, Tua, Moore. And you scroll down. We saw an ad for Honda. Then we see this ad video. Joe Burrow. We have these social media icons in the way. Chase Young. Okay, pick 3, pick 4. And then, you have to pay $4.99 a month to be an insider. So Mel Kiper, shut up. You are the worst at knowing who's going to get drafted. His takes are so off. It's ridiculous. But I know it's a funny internet comment and people say that on ESPN YouTube, but it's really true. Like, you go to Mel Kiper to see what will not happen. Who the hell's paying $4.99 a month for
people do. My boss does for just for tips for certain things,
Dude, if you can find a quality 2020 NFL mock draft online, you don't have to use traditional media that's expired, that's rotten, and just flat out sucks. I mean, it's just such a joke. But hey, man, I get what they're doing. Just because ESPN's a great website, it's a big company, you put a thing, hey, you want a premium? People will click on it. People will buy it. People like your boss. It happens.
Hey, I bought Masterclass, People pay for premium things.
Different.
Is it?
Yes, that is different. There's great teachers on. Steve Martin's teaching comedy. Like, some of the top. I mean, that's.
I watched that.
Yeah, what are you talking about? That's great. What do you mean? That's awesome. Would you pay Mel Kiper to teach? I don't want Mel Kiper to teach me. No, I'm not gonna pay that. My God.
I'd rather pay the Patreon for a.
Yeah, it's about the same, huh?
Yeah, you get just as good.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So
get direct connection.
Lots going on. We announced, and I still have to make a quick video. We announced the Fantasy Football Madden League with $20 buy-ins. I apparently did the math wrong. It's a $240 total pot or prizes, and first place would get 200, second place would get 40, but essentially, and it's the first time I explained it, so it took me 20 minutes to explain it, but now I think I can explain it in 30-40 seconds. Essentially, a 12-team fantasy draft, and then the players you select will put inside Madden, and you'll create your custom Madden team, $20 buy-in, really as simple as that. But strategy-wise, you're not drafting players based on what team they're on. You're really drafting them based on their overall Madden rating, and maybe even more advanced strategy, how they're going to fit and gel with the other players you're drafting, which isn't, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
It's not.
But basically, you're drafting based on their Madden rating, how good they are in Madden, or how good they are in real life, which is essentially the same thing. We get the 12 teams. We make custom teams. We put them up. We simulate them in March Madness tournament bracket style. And then we just simulate the whole thing until we get to the championship game where me and Mike control the game. I'm thinking the team that scored the most points will get the better Madden player, and I think it's going to be me. So I'll take over the team that scored the most fantasy points, and Mike will get the other team, and then we'll film it and we'll play it out and see who wins. The teams before that is going to be based on fantasy points. So, if Christian McCaffrey gets 100 yards, that's 10 fantasy points. So we'll go by fantasy points. The championship game will be like who just wins the game. So
wow. A lot of elements, gaming elements there.
Yeah, that's what it's really combining a lot of different things. It's combining it's straight up fantasy because you're actually doing a fantasy draft. We're going to be doing it on Sleeper. Like, it's an official draft. You're actually not worrying about like who what team they're on. It's actually even kind of better in a way because you don't have to worry about like, oh, this team, this team plays like this or this team sucks. I don't want a Dolphin. Like Kenyon Drake's the best example. Top 2 running back when he was, the few games he played on the Cardinals, number 2 running back in all of fantasy when he was a starter in Arizona. But on the Dolphins, he's like running back number 42. It was just, it's night and day. So yeah, if you draft Dak and you draft Kenyon Drake and you draft Hopkins, they're going to be on the same team. Dak's going to hand the ball off to Drake. Dak's going to throw the ball to Hopkins. And so if you want to get in that league and want more info, make sure you join the Facebook group, Fantasy Couch Fam Facebook group. Let's begin the mock draft. So number 1, we got Joe Burrow. Overall, let me know, guys, what you think about Joe Burrow. Maybe Joe Burrow versus Tua in the chat. This is a no-brainer, right?
Yes, I think so. It's like the stars are aligning. He had probably one of the best college quarterback seasons of all time. He's an Ohio native. I mean, the Bengals need a quarterback, obviously. It just, everything makes sense. It would be crazy if they didn't.
This is a straight-up movie script. Don't screw it up, Bengals. Like, it's a done deal. Like, it really doesn't, like you said, the stars align, and why are you going to screw up the consolation, right? You just got to go for it. What else we got here? Number 2, this is probably the best pass rusher I've ever seen coming out of college that I can remember.
What about Bosa? Nick Bosa?
Chase Young is better than Bosa coming out of college.
No
coming
way.
out of college, yeah, for sure. Because players could be busts. Like I'm talking about coming out of college, and I'm saying, yeah, he's better than Aaron Donald, J.J. Watt coming out of college.
Coming out of college.
Look,
should have been the number 1 pick.
Look, make it clear. Bosa, there's a good chance he's better than Chase Young. Okay,
he is.
He's more proven. I didn't say that. I think coming out of college. So if we went back last year, right, and let's say Chase Young and Nick Bosa were both coming out of college, I'd take Chase Young. It's just the truth.
Really?
Like, he's more complete. Yeah. I didn't know Nick Bosa was going to dominate like this. I told people, watch out, man. I was like, it's a perfect fit. He's dope. I didn't know he was this dope. I didn't know he was going to be this amazing. But that's how highly I think of Chase Young. And this is a no-brainer. But anybody trading up to the 2 spot, Washington can really get a lot of picks. But how do you what does Washington get out of this, though? They're already in the Haskins situation. Like, I don't think they're going to get out of the Haskins situation. He improved a little bit.
No, they're not.
I mean,
the value there at number 2, if you take a defensive end, like, the blueprint is already there. We did it last year. We were the number 2 worst team in the league. We got an edge rusher, an elite edge rusher, and then we went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So Like that's the blueprint.
Went from second to worst to second to best
exactly.
by just having a great D line, basically.
Yeah.
Great
So
D
why wouldn't
line,
you just
really
do the
good
same
coach.
thing?
Yeah. Yeah, they're just, you would have to, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. For Washington to trade out of the two, they would need a lot. And then I just don't see a team, trading everything they got to trade up to the second spot.
They're not.
Roger Johnson here with the Bengals logo. He loves Burrow. 100% agree with Burrow. Patriots camping on Patriots are hoping or preying on the Dolphins cutting Josh Rosen.
That could happen. I mean, I don't see it like being that far fetched.
I hate to be this guy though, but I think Josh Rosen's done. He'll get another chance, sure, but he sucks. He sucks.
I'm not there yet. I'm willing to give him one more chance as a starter on a good team.
Sure,
like
he'll get a chance, but I mean, you really think he'll be a top 30 quarterback?
We'll see. I have no idea until I see him in a situation where it gives him like a fair, legitimate chance. Till I see that, I'll still hold some hope, like I'm sure some NFL team is.
You make a point. He went from the worst team to the worst team.
Yeah,
the worst team the present year to the worst team the next year. So you do have a point that he didn't have the best situation. So I don't like him. I don't think he'll be good, but he'll get another chance, and we'll see. You know what I mean?
Who would succeed in that same situation though? There's no one.
I mean,
that would do well.
Kyler Murray's situation wasn't the exact same, but clearly he's way better than Rosen.
I agree. He's more dynamic.
I think Fitzmagic is way better than Rosen. I think he clearly beat him out.
Well, he's a lot more experienced for sure.
Yeah, he's also been on 17 NFL teams. I'm just saying. I get your point. Also, we'll see. Yun is better than both Bosas. Now, I mean, that's all he wrote. That's all this person wrote. But it's you guys coming out of college because a lot of people would rather take that proven commodity.
Bosa's a rookie of the year, unanimous Pro Bowler.
Yeah, you just usually rather just take the proven thing. Okay, this guy, Pro Bowler he's gonna be like 10-time Pro Bowl. Both Bosa brothers.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, 7. They're gonna have at least 7 Pro Bowlers each. Like that's how nasty both Bosa brothers are.
Both trajectory are like Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
maybe all 3. Like who knows?
They're crazy. Dolphins trying to trade up to number 1, says PS. Don't think it will happen, but interesting rumors. Yeah, the Bengal. It's just. It's really a movie script, bro. You didn't watch the movie Draft Day, huh? With Kevin.
I did not.
It's okay. No. You should watch it. It's decent. Kevin Costner is a great actor.
You know what it reminds me of before we go to that is LeBron getting drafted by the Cavs. It's both Ohio. It's like the same thing.
Same thing.
It's the football version of that. You know what I mean?
I mean, how do you disagree with it? Joe Burrow? He broke the record by far. Broke records by far in college.
I think he had the best QB season of all time.
I mean, it's pretty much evident. I mean, and it's I think by far he had the best
for sure.
through through like 60 touchdowns. I
mean, what a championship.
So it throws 30, 35. It's amazing. So 60, that's good.
That's fine.
Yeah,
60, is that true?
I think so. I think
that's crazy.
I think the 40 is like 40 was the records were like 40. I think, and this guy threw like 60. It's like
what's his name? The quarterback of the Washington,
Haskins.
He had like 40 last year.
Oh, he did.
I know that. Yeah. So that just shows like how high you have to throw.
Oh, yeah. I like Chris here as a Patriots fan. I like what he said right here. Everyone who says, in quotes, the Pats will take this person is probably wrong. Yeah, they're wrong. We know the Patriots are freaking weirdos. It's just crazy how Bill has been right and been so smart and been this evil genius, and ends up being right more times than wrong. But, we see some other guy making these Patriot moves. They're going to get screwed.
Their drafting has been quite spotty lately, though.
Oh,
The past
they've been trashed the past like 1.5
like 5
seasons.
years.
This has
No, it's been
been.
longer than that, dude. When was the last time they had like a really good first round pick where you're like, wow, that was good? Like
I
they
mean,
drafted Tony Michelle over Nick Chubb.
they rarely have a top 31 draft pick because they win
Well,
the
I mean,
Super
in the
Bowl.
top 2, even like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
That
Well, who
is
was their best
crazy.
draft pick that you remember? That was like, oh, that
How
was a
did
great
they end
draft
up
pick.
with what was the left tackle's name? Trent Brown went to the Raiders. How they? I think they signed him with free
Yeah,
agency.
it was a free agent. They did not draft him. Yeah, I don't think. But
That's a good. I can't think of any.
that's what I'm saying.
And James
The only
White,
one
I
that
know
counts-
James White's one of those guys that goes to another team and he's gonna be trash. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
like Dion
for
Lewis. Like he
sure.
goes to another.
Yes,
Dion
exactly.
Lewis was so good on the Patriots.
Like imagine Rex Burkhead on another team. Like
We
that
could.
wouldn't
We already
happen.
did the Bengals. He's a third string running back behind Jeremy Hill. Like it's
Yeah, I
awful.
don't know, man.
Bill
Crazy.
Belichick takes all the Bengals running backs. Every Bengals running back he takes. He's been doing it for years.
Lazy, lazy. That's why.
Lazy. Bill Belichick is lazy.
When it comes to drafting and scouting, he's lazy.
You think Bengals might take a chance on Chase Young? No, because
No.
when we're talking about draft day. So essentially, draft day it's a good movie. It's not great. The script is a little bit corny, but it's a good. You guys should watch it. It's a good movie, great acting. But essentially, what I'm referring to is I think the Seahawks have the first overall pick, and the town is like rioting that they need to draft. Basically, it's Joe Burrow. The guy, but he's he's like an a-hole Joe Burrow. Like his personality sucks. He's a liar. He has like Jamarcus Russell traits.
He's like Ryan Leaf.
He's like Jamarcus Russell. Actually, he lied about reading the playbook and stuff like that and everything. So it's like, but the town is in uproar. Like you got to draft. That's how it really will be like a movie. The whole town will go insane if you don't draft Joe Burrow. Like the town, you'll have no fans. I mean, no fans are. That's another thing I want to talk about. So essentially, there's a contingency plan. Well, what is a contingency? I don't even know what a contingency plan is, but essentially,
it's like if this happens, then we have a backup plan.
Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about, but
That's what
there's a
means.
plan.
Right.
There's a plan out here, right? For the NFL, there's talking about we'll have a shortened season or a later season, and there'll be no fans and this and that. All that sounds like really scary to me. I don't know if you want to do that.
How are you gonna have no fans? There's gonna be no money. Fans are what makes money.
Yeah, but if let's just pretend, because I mean, how do we put this in let's just pretend there's no quarantine and everyone's healthy, everything's good. I'm saying no fans would show up to the games if you didn't draft Joe Burrow. Like you gotta do it.
Okay,
like there's legitimate pressure. Like there's only gonna be this type of example here, and like you said, LeBron James. Like it's not type of example where you're gonna like don't give me this because what about Johnny Manziel? No, that's not that type of pressure. What about Tim Tebow? No, we're talking about like real pressure. Bengals fans, everyone's gonna set their jerseys on fire. No one's gonna go to the games. It's gonna be insane. You gotta draft Joe Burrow. I'll get emotional. I don't care about the Bengals. I'll get emotional about it. Like how do you not like? What are you doing? Draft it. If you die with Joe Burrow, you die with Joe Burrow. You got to do it. He's a hometown hero. I think he's going to uplift that whole city and that franchise. And there's always a chance that he doesn't do that and I'm wrong for sure. Like it's realistic, but I really think he is. That's why I like Joe Mixon so much this year. I think you know how it is when a good quarterback comes in town, changes that whole team, man.
I think that Andy Dalton, since he's like from Texas or he went to TCU, he should be Dak's backup.
What was that?
What do you think? I said, Andy Dalton, he's from Texas.
Yeah.
So he has like history there. He should be Dak's backup.
Sticking to the hometown theme, huh?
Yeah. Might as well.
Mike, every player we bring up, Mike Google's hometown. Andy Dalton, hometown. Dak Prescott, hometown. Tua Tagovailoa, hometown.
Well, Dak is from Texas, though, for real.
Where's Zeke from?
Zeke is from, I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea.
Jimmy Guap, he's from Cali.
Oh, he's from Ohio, probably, since he went to Ohio State. I'm gonna say Jimmy Garoppolo's from Chicago. He's an Italian from Chicago.
So right now the chat has gone awry trying to name as many Patriot draft picks that were good, and it's quite the trivia question we found here. Chris says, "Was Dante Hightower our last first round stud?" LOL. Like he doesn't know. He's like a Patriots expert.
He's a Patriots. See, they don't know.
He's like,
that means it's been bad.
Dante Hightower.
Who's their best? Stephen Gilmore? Is that their best?
Stephen Gilmore got him from the Bills in a trade.
Okay, so yeah, see, so they don't even draft their best players.
It's so weird. Other than Brady, I mean, Brady was
that was luck. They passed on him 3 times.
Teddy Bruschi probably drafted by the Patriots, right?
I think so. But the point is, they haven't had it.
We're talking about ancient history.
Yeah, we're talking about Teddy Bruschi.
Teddy Bruschi.
Where did you get that name? Throwing that name out here?
If you guys ever seen Teddy Bruschi play, though, he's such a jerk. He always was there at the right spot. Every play he was there. He's like, "Hey guys, it's me."
So annoying.
Yeah, unless you're a Patriots fan. He's always there, picking up the fumble, getting the pick, making the crazy tackle. Yeah, he was such a good player. I think Roger Johnson says he's a Bengals season ticket holder. Okay, we have to get off the Bengals.
Yeah.
Washington, they're taking Chase Young. Now it gets interesting. Pick number 3, I think, with Darius Slay gone. Darius Slay went to the Eagles, right? Now, I think if I'm right, Darius Slay shuts down Amari Cooper. And now I love the Eagles team. They just need some wide receivers. Wow, I love the Eagles defense. Carson Wentz is good if he can stay healthy.
They got the tight ends.
I mean, I'm going off on 2.5 tangents. It's okay.
Okay,
it's all right. It's all right. So, but I'm cornerback position. That's what I'm talking about. So they had Darius Slay, one of their best players, right? The Lions.
Yeah.
Now he's on the Eagles. Eagles building a great team, and I'm saying that's a great fit for them because Darius Slay's number 1 listing on his resume shut down Amari Cooper. I shut him down all the time, and so he's going to be playing Amari Cooper. You know that rivalry is going bananas right now. Cowboys, Eagles, hell yeah. That's 2 good teams right there.
The last game wasn't that good, though.
Oh no, last year everything was huge. Just I'm saying next year could be different. Oh, last year both teams were hot garbage.
I was like, what is this?
Both teams were elephant throw up. That was disgusting. Yeah, that was 2 sorry teams, 2 disappointing.
I was like,
teams.
what's happening?
Every wide receiver on the Eagles got injured.
Yeah,
and sometimes they had Aguilar, and then that guy who saved a kid out of a fire made that meme out of Aguilar's hands. Yeah, it was horrible, and somehow Carson Wentz stayed healthy. Anyway, what are we talking about? Draft 2020 NFL draft.
We're only at the 3rd pick. Gotta keep it going.
This is exactly how I pictured this. I want to talk about everything else other than the draft. But anyway, I got the Lions taking hands down the best cornerback in this draft class, Jeff Okudah. I hope I said his name right. But you got something more spicy here, little. Put it in red text for you guys.
Yes. So I know that obviously the Lions don't need a quarterback, right? And the 3rd pick is usually where quarterbacks are taken. So they have enough flexibility to move down on the draft board, I think, to the 6th spot, which would be ideal for them because that the Giants aren't going to take Okudah. The Dolphins aren't going to take Okudah. So you can go do a trade with the Chargers, who have the 6th pick, swap picks, probably get an extra pick from the Chargers, and both teams win because the Chargers, they don't have Phillip Rivers anymore. They're looking for a young quarterback for the future, and Justin Herbert has the look of a SoCal quarterback nailed to the T. I saw him play at Levi Stadium at the Pac-12 championship game against Utah. He didn't wow me at first, but he has all the physical tools. He can run. He has an elite arm. You know, he doesn't take a lot of sacks, and he's a leader. So I think just everything about him, he'll fit in really well with the Chargers. So I just see some movement in the top of the draft right now.
I like the trade makes a lot of sense, but trading up makes a lot of sense. But I'm agreeing with the chat. Justin Herbert, though, that's crazy. I mean, I would take Tua as just far superior.
But the injury
Herbert.
problem, though.
Yeah, no, and you know what? Because one reason, the reason I disagree with this trade here is that because it makes so much sense, we're probably just, you know how we're just wrong. Basically, that's my only argument against the trade there. It makes a ton of sense.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, teams they do crazy things.
Daniel Jones got drafted by the Giants.
Man, I was the only one who didn't hate on that. I'm on the podcast talking about I didn't hate Daniel Jones. I told you guys his wide receivers sucked. They had the most drops in college. He's a bunch of scrubs. I like Daniel Jones. I thought Daniel Jones was better than Dwayne Haskins. I know different years, but Dwayne Haskins was the king. Dwayne Haskins had the supporting cast. Daniel Jones had elephant vomit. We're making that a thing on this podcast. He had elephant vomit. Most drops in college. He had nobody. You look at Kyler Murray, right, and Dwayne Haskins. All their receivers got drafted high. All their receivers top picks. Name one receiver, Daniel Jones that got drafted. Yeah, from Puke University.
No one else on his team got drafted. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Nobody. Yeah. So, but it's okay. I don't blame you guys for that. It's okay. I'm just saying I didn't hate Daniel Jones, but that was a shock though. It was.
Yeah.
You to me, I was shocked.
So it happens all the time.
This type of stuff happens. And then we're talking about the Chargers here. We're talking about the Chargers and Lions. We're talking about two cursed franchisers.
Yeah.
This is a cursed trade. But you agree Tua's better though, right?
I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know because I think that Herbert has a more like traditional NFL quarterback, like just tools. You know what I mean? He's a prototype quarterback.
I like Love too. I feel like Love is the best QB to draft. Like great value QB to draft and sit for a year. Yes. Just like Mahomes. I'm not comparing him to Mahomes. Just talking about how Mahomes sat out a year.
Some people are though.
Oh, it's a bit.
I've heard that.
A bit crazy.
I know that's crazy, obviously, but like some people, I've heard that on TV quite a bit.
I mean, I think he's the perfect guy. You can probably get a little bit later in the draft. He may not. He probably won't go top 5. He might, but he probably won't.
No.
And I mean, Mitch. Oh, well. You just said Daniel Jones. Where did Daniel Jones go? Was it 5 or 7? 5, 6.
I think 4. It was 5 or 6.
Whatever. I mean, okay, things can happen. We're talking about a quarterback here.
That's true. So Daniel Jones can get drafted 6th, then Bryce Love could definitely. But I just how this class is shaking out, I don't see it happening. But yeah.
Hurts maybe not as NFL ready, but I think Hurts has a higher ceiling. Look, there's about everyone has a lot of different opinions. Okay, number 4. Now, if there's about 3 teams who really need O-line, like, and it's obvious, and the Giants are one of them.
Yes.
Next. We're on pick 5.
Okay.
Pick 5.
This is where we agree.
This is like I feel like this is written in stone. At least it's penciled.
I think so.
At least it's penciled in. The Dolphins got to get right. The Dolphins have 3 first-round picks. How many they got?
I think they have more. I think they have like 4 at least.
No, this year I don't. No, I think they may have extra next year. I don't think they have more than 3.
Okay. Well, still that's a lot.
I don't want to scroll down and reveal our mysteries or secrets.
3 is a lot if they do have.
They have all that draft capital. They're getting a quarterback, whether it's Love, whether it's Tua, whether it's Burrow. If it goes Burrow, you know what's I'm gonna yell so loud. All my neighbors are gonna be like, "What's going on?"
What about when Michael Vick was supposed to go number 1 to the Chargers, and then the Atlanta Falcons traded like their whole draft to move up to get him? And then
that's what they did. Was it like RG3?
What?
RG3,
no.
Washington.
Yeah. It was similar, yeah.
That was number 2, but pretty.
Yeah, it's similar.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But it's crazy.
Go crazy.
The got in return, they got Drew Brees and Latavius Tomlinson.
And still somehow screwed it up.
And still somehow screwed it up, yeah. Which is ironic. It's funny.
Jets apparently very interested in Ruggs. That's a wide receiver. Who chose Okuda for the Chargers? That's Mike. So Mike's on the right. I'm on the left. I said I just didn't do trades in my mock because I didn't want to. I just didn't do it.
I had the Chargers isn't Okuda, it's the Lions. So I have them the same as you, going to the Lions.
Oh, I misspoke.
You know what I mean?
I just misspoke. Yeah. So Mike has the same pick, but he has a trade happening, and then he has Okuda falling to 6, which is very likely to happen. The Dolphins, I think the Dolphins have 2 positions they don't need. They don't need receivers, and they don't need cornerbacks, and they need everything else.
But like corners usually don't go high like that. Like number 3, the 3rd overall pick is usually a quarterback. Like they're not. No one's drafting corners that high.
No,
I haven't seen.
No, you're right, but that's kind of what a lot of people were saying about Darwin James. I honestly don't really have an opinion about that, but they're like Darwin should have went higher. But I mean, he's a safety. Like I never see safeties get drafted top 4. Like it just.
You don't want to pay him that scale. Like if you're gonna draft someone in the top 5, like you want it to be like a quarterback.
This is what this is a great example I'm gonna give. Who's the guy like I hit with the Weddle? So Eric Weddle was on Twitter, and this guy was like, he's like, oh, you couldn't win any Super Bowls, and he's like, and Weddle responded to him. He's like, I didn't know the position safety determines, winning Super Bowl. And I'm like, oh, it's a pretty good argument why, I wouldn't draft a safety in top 4, top 5 pick. And I, think about drafting Tua or Burrow because that could be my franchise quarterback and, uplift the whole city, uplift the whole franchise, it's the type of stuff we talk about. Niners, we talk about Steve Young and Joe Montana legends. We talk about Green Bay Packers, how they had Bart Starr and Favre and Rodgers. It's like that's what makes a franchise is the quarterback. That's what makes NFL history is the quarterback. All right, what do we got here? Broncos probably going to trade up. Explain why, PS.
They could. Anything's possible on this board,
especially with Zoom. When you bring up your Zoom tools in the draft, we like click the trade up. This is so fun. This is like a real dynasty draft, guy.
Yeah, it is actually.
Roger Goodell's gonna go like this. He got take all his glasses like this. Yeah. Then he's like, okay, so Derek. I clicked on Dave Gettleman. A great view. And he wanted to trade up. Okay, how do I pause this?
Dude, it's gonna be a nightmare.
Is my camera still on? And be like,
Roger, you got your tabs open. Wrong tab.
Dad! Are you doing the live draft? He's in his basement for God's sake. Dad, I'm gonna take the car. It'd be so crazy. It's gonna be like Step Brothers, bro. Will Ferrell.
It's gonna be surreal, bro. Like, it's gonna be crazy, bro.
Trey's gonna be so. We don't know. Something's gotta happen. Like
it's gonna be like a pop up, some weird pop up.
You're thinking about the smallest, like that's hilarious. That like the smallest, like nobody would think about, like a weird advertisement pop up, like a male enhancement pop. Roger Goodell's too many dirty cookies.
You didn't clear your cache, Roger. Told you to clear it before the draft.
Okay, how do I do that? What are we on? I like Jordan. I like Jordan Love. I think he's the best quarterback to sit for a year. And then you have Tyrod Taylor. He's a bridge. He's a bridge quarterback. Tyrod the Bridge, QB.
The human bridge.
God, that bridge was so short when Baker Mayfield got drafted.
That was a tiny bridge.
It was so tiny.
Couldn't even walk 2 steps.
God, I don't like the Panthers. Let them do whatever. Next. The Panthers need everything except halfback? Is that true?
That's so true. They need everything.
I think I made it worse by calling the position halfback too.
Yeah,
the
you
old
did.
1991 name.
At least, I'm glad he got paid though. He deserved it. If there's one running back that deserved a big payday, it's Christian McCaffrey.
Dude put the whole team on his back.
Seriously.
He had to carry Cam Newton. He had to carry undrafted free agent Kyle Allen. He had to carry Will Greer. It was so hard naming those quarterbacks, by the way, right now.
You didn't look at anything?
No. I'm stuck with it. Yeah, he carried all those guys on his back. He did everything. It was crazy. Simmons. Oh, Simmons is a guy. Okay, right here. Now, we have Isaiah Simmons coming up. I got him. This is one of the best players in the draft, and it's just, I think he might go earlier. You guys are right. It says Simmons should go to the Panther system, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if
that's true. You're right.
He's so good, and I think the modern NFL, like we're seeing a lot of, I don't want to call them tweeners or hybrid players, just players that can do a lot of quick things. Like a Deebo Samuel, we saw him being used really well. And then on defense, Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, safeties and slot corners that can do, that can play a little bit linebacker, can play a little bit of safety, can play slot corner, can rush the QB. These type of players are really, really important because you got to guard players like Deebo Samuel and players like Travis Kelce, these quick tight ends. Evan, I'm not a big believer in Evan Ingram. I mean, he is, he's fast, but these players that like who's gonna guard that? You can't guard him with traditional play. Takeo Spikes and his big neck couldn't guard anybody in the pass game. Great linebacker, but different era. I mean, it's expired now. You got to have these, these guys who can cover the pass, cover these.
Derek Brown is a beast, though. He's he's an elite.
What do we know? How accurate is this list going to be on draft day, Mike? How many picks are we going to get right?
I bet you will get like 3 total.
Maybe more, just because I'm so confident in the first 2, which could be wrong, but I'm saying like, let's just say we get the first 2.
3 is all I'm saying.
Yeah. You know what? 3 is actually, I'd say 4, yeah.
Okay.
It's got to be so, like, there's, like when Daniel Jones got drafted, it messed up all the mocks. Yeah. Like, because that just trickled down and everything got screwy. Tyrod Bridge Taylor. I don't like right tackles as top 10 picks. Okay. Do we have a. All right. Oh, Jedrick Wills.
Jedrick Wills, yeah. I mean, but they do need one for.
Yeah, and I don't know enough about him if they think he can play left tackle. And what happened now, it was around the time after the movie Blindside came out. I'm not saying it had anything to do with it, just the time frame, that the left tackle position became a little less important and right tackle became a little more important. Because it's like, I mean, teams aren't dumb, guys. Like Bill Belichick on defense, he's not an idiot. He's not going to be like, oh, we hit left tackle, right tackle. So, no, he's going to be like, all right, you got a dope left tackle. All right, I'm going to, Von Miller, rush this side. J.J. Watt, rush the other side. Like, it's like defensive coach. These guys get paid millions of dollars to be defensive coach. They're not going to be like just idiots. They'll be like, all right, we'll rush the right side. I don't care if he can see me a little bit more. Whatever. Maybe you got a point. I don't know. I don't know the history of right tackles. Maybe you got a point.
The point is no one knows. Anything can happen.
Yeah. And also, the Cardinals they have a good amount of they don't need wide receiver, and they don't need quarterback. Everything else is probably in play for the Cardinals, especially O-line. Once you get the O-line, this offense could really click. Like, it could really Drake, Hopkins, Christian Kirk, and then you have Larry Legend, who's like nobody on that team. Like, he's like whatever. Like, he's just like forgotten. There's so many dope weapons. Once he's being defended by the worst, the third string cornerback on the opposing team, man, he's going to go off. He still got it.
They could go with Derek Brown here because their defense was really bad, so that could happen.
LBC says when a tackle plays the opposite side, they explain it like writing with the opposite hand. I think that's case by case. I think some people it's like, oh, like it's learning another language, and I think for some people it's not as hard. Okay. The Jaguars, another just boring team, huh?
I have Jerry
Not
Jeudy going
excited.
there at 9.
I just feel like they'll take someone boring. That's how I feel like. Jerry Judy's too. I did everything in my power to have Jerry Jeudy drop to the Niners.
I know, I saw.
And yeah, that's just what I want.
I think he's too good, dude, to go 13th. I just don't see him falling out of the top 10. He's just too good.
PS says Eagles are aggressively trying to get CeeDee Lamb, a report I read yesterday. I don't trust any reports, but I think that would be a great fit for them. And I think the Eagles they don't need anything except wide receiver. That's all they need. That's their only need. So yeah, if they can get a good wide receiver, that team might go to the Super Bowl again. That's how damn good the Eagles are this year. Cleveland Browns. You think they're gonna trade? I don't trust any of these rumors. Rumor that Vikings are gonna trade. Was it 2nd and a 5th for Odell?
Oh,
Do you believe that? What does that smell like, Mike?
That's poop. That's fake news.
It smells like camel poop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could happen, but it's just like, I hear like 10 of these things, and I'm thinking 9 of them are total BS.
A 2nd and a 5th? That's not enough.
Or they could just keep Odell.
Yeah, they're gonna keep him most likely.
Just try it out for another year. Get a real head coach. Don't get that Kitchens guy.
It's Freddie Kitchens' fault.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Like,
not a good coach. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
never was.
Some would say the worst.
He is.
So, yeah, I got him taking Isaiah Simmons. Isaiah Simmons is not going to fall out the top 11. His upside just way too good, and he can play he can do a lot of things. Linebacker, pass the rusher, everything.
Probably be the defensive rookie of the year, probably.
If the Eagles trade up, they get Ruggs, says Jace. Oh, is Deshaun Jackson still alive? I don't know.
He had an abdominal injury last season that took him out.
That guy's injured. Like, he's injured half his career.
Can't rely on him.
So he'll just replace Djax.
Sure. I mean, no one cares about Djax. He's on the tail end of his career.
Almost over. The Jets, they need O-line.
They lost Robbie Anderson, though.
You see him taking CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
I think O-line and wide receiver is like a good
guess.
Either one. Because we saw, like, Le'Veon Bell look so... he just looked... it was so bad. He looked like one of those putties on the Power Rangers. Like, he just dancing, not getting you any yards. Like, it was horrible. It was so mediocre.
The offense is horrible. Like, without the Steelers' weapons, like, it's not gonna be the same. Like, he can't carry a team.
Their O-line, yeah, that patience thing does not work on the Jets.
At least he got paid.
We'll see. I don't have high hopes for the Jets, regardless.
I don't either.
Like, good thing that Brady's not in the division, but I think this is for the Bills to take. Bills defense.
Oh, yeah.
Bills defense could be one of the best, if not the best, next year. And now that they got Stephon Diggs, that offense is gonna roll. I'm telling you.
I think Josh Allen will take another leap.
Imagine defending that team, bro. You got Singletary, you got Dawson Knox, you got Stephon Diggs, you got John Brown, and Cole Beasley, I think, still on the team. And Josh Allen. Well, if I didn't.
They need another running back, though.
I love Singletary, man. He's the man. I'm telling you, he's the man.
Singletary gets hurt. Now what?
Well, I mean, what do you?
I'm saying more depth. They had Gore and him. I mean, it would make sense for them to just get one more, piece for that offense. I think maybe more of a bruising back.
Mike Tolbert.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cardi Blue.
Cardi Blue would be good.
My dog. All right, it's getting more exciting. Pick 12.
Here we go.
Rogers says Raiders will take Judy if he's there. NFL reached out to the Bengals for hosting games with empty seats. How ironic. I thought that was just a meme. I didn't know it was actually based on like a real event. Yeah, because people are like, who better to ask than the Bengals? That no one goes to the Bengals games. God, I didn't know that really happened. Oh, so Raiders, we got them taking a wide receiver, but they can really do anything. Gruden's a weirdo when it comes to drafting.
Well, they love speed from the wide receiver position.
Who loves speed? That's Al Davis.
Well, the Raiders, it's ingrained in their culture, man. You can't just be drafting that way for like.
It's in their DNA.
Then all of a sudden, like, oh, we don't do that anymore.
You know what though? Having a guy like Ruggs would really make sense because you don't have anyone close to that on your team. You have Terrell Williams, who's like 6'5" and is big. You got Waller. He's fast and athletic, but he's a tight end. And then, you got this guy. And who's the Hunter Renfrow?
Hunter Renfrow is good.
He's not a deep threat necessarily, yeah. And you got Ruggs. That would be a good fit on this team. It
could happen. It's very realistic.
Oh, somebody. Little Vegas.
Weird.
Whoopsie.
That's crazy.
I would have never noticed that.
Can't wait to see that stadium.
Apparently, we spelled Las Vegas incorrect. We spelled it Oakland.
Whatever. You get it. They get it. It's fine.
Jace, that's a good point. A lot of people have been talking about this. To refresh. No. DeForest Buckner was the guy we traded to the Colts. Yeah. We still have Eric Armstead. Okay, so he got him mixed up. Okay, so I like Kinlaw to the Niners to replace. He meant to say Buckner. Now look, just because Buckner is gone, really good player, doesn't mean the Niners don't have a D line. They had quality and quantity at the D line. They're good. They need a wide receiver, I think. So Mike thinks they'll go with Kinlaw. Keep up that. Just make the D line just as good, if not better, than last year. I think they need a wide receiver. With Sanders gone, I think that's a way bigger thing. And if one of these guys that Shanahan loves falls, he's going to pull the trigger at 13.
I just do not see any scenario where Jerry Jeudy falls to 13. There's no way.
Yeah, he's elite. But Shanahan's going to maybe doesn't think the same exact way I do about Jeudy. So I think he has a wide receiver in mind. Or two, and if they fall to 13, I think he's going to get him. Maybe they trade up and get Jerry Jeudy, and I'll go absolutely berserk. I love Jeudy and Debo. I love it. Shanahan, love it. You really think they're going to go defensive tackle?
I think they'll go defense again, yeah. Because, like I said, these offensive players, they're not as, scarce. You know what I mean? You can get these guys similar talent level in the mid to late rounds.
Well, there's good wide receivers that are going to be in round 2.
Yeah, exactly.
That are comparable to Jeudy.
Elite defensive tackles or defensive players in those rounds.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Okay.
It's more of a scarcity thing.
Pick 14. This one just makes too much sense that you protect Tom Brady.
Yes.
Get you O-line. That's one thing the Bucs were missing. So it's kind of, if you go get Tom Brady, you want to get an O-line. The other position they need is cornerback. I mean, I think this is a no-brainer for them.
They can still get corners later. It's fine.
Denver Broncos. This is getting boring. I don't want to do this anymore. To be honest.
Keep going. You're almost done.
What do we do? Just read them?
Yes. Just do
this is a listener podcast. That's right. How are they going to know? I'll post this. I'll find a way to post this on the site and social media too, by the way, guys, for those that want to see the written form. So I'll try to figure out a way to post this on fantasycouch.com and the Fantasy Couch social media accounts. We got Henry Ruggs going to the Broncos, and you see him getting a corner.
Yeah, but Henderson could also go to the Buccaneers with the 14th pick, so I could see him going there as well.
Yeah, Isaiah Simmons, you got going 16, which is a shock. I feel like he's just one of the best players in this draft, and he's definitely not falling that much. But every year someone falls at least. Like it happens.
The Niners would draft him if he was there.
Yeah, possibly because he's that good, and he's gonna help your defense. I truly believe that. As long as the coach has a plan, like, all right, this is how we're going to mold this guy. This is how we're going to use him. Who was the guy Harbaugh coached in Michigan and the Browns drafted? Now he's on the Giants. Who was that?
Oh, Jabril Peppers.
Yeah, didn't quite pan out. I mean, he's good still, but, like, didn't quite pan out how some people thought. So there is that worry there. But I think Isaiah Simmons is way better than Jabril Peppers. I think
Jabril Peppers is a safety.
Yeah, and so Isaiah Simmons can pass the rusher. So I think you'll have that immediate impact, the impact you need to win games. You got to get some pressure on the quarterback. Okay. I mean, the Falcons got Isaiah Simmons. That would be insane. But yeah, no one's buying that.
They probably won't.
No one's buying that he'll fall that much, but we'll see. Cowboys, I honestly didn't know what to put here.
Me either. I have no idea.
I just put this guy, like, I don't know. The Cowboys actually have a great team on paper.
They do.
Like, it really is. It's really like a dream fantasy team, and it's like they're always 8-8.
Well, I want to change mine now because I think that they could use Justin Jefferson more.
All right, you want me to do it for you?
I mean, it doesn't matter. But
I'm doing it right now. It's live, baby.
Just switch those two picks.
Bro, there's no sports. Me hitting that copy paste button right now is live sports action.
So excited.
This is live sports action right now.
This is much better because I don't believe in I don't know. I'm not sold on Gallup. I think they need to have some more depth behind those guys. Especially if Amari gets hurt, then they're really in
It's
trouble.
rumored that Tony Pollard might play slot wide receiver.
No.
And we know every time we hear that, it's a lie.
Come on.
Just like when we drafted Duke Johnson to play slot wide receiver for the Browns.
Yeah, I'm not buying that 1 minute.
No, they don't have Cobb anymore, and Cobb's on the Texans, and maybe they go get another receiver.
Justin Jefferson's really good too. So
yeah. What do you guys think in the chat? Justin Jefferson, you guys think he can go round 2? I was thinking he might fall to round 2. We'll see. There's a guy I had. Did you listen to that podcast that we did with the Dynasty guy?
No.
It's got a ton of views. A lot of people hated him. People hated him but the thing is everyone's so used to this ESPN. Like, I don't know why people's brains still like the dude wasn't trying to make hot takes. Like, I can tell when people's genuine. Stephen A. Smith, he's just loud. He's just trying to get ratings. Like, how do you guys not tell, like, when people are acting? Like, it's just BS. It's a show. It's staged. Like, it's like wrestling.
I don't even listen to him anymore. I'm just like,
no, why? There's nothing to listen to.
He's just yelling at you.
Yeah, he's like, he yells, thesaurus point, get ratings. Like, it's like a robot. Like, it's so stupid. Anyway, the dude wasn't trying to make hot takes. He's just saying his opinion. And we disagreed, and that's fine. But he's talking about, man, I'm so whack with the names. You guys correct me. Just don't make fun of me too much. But like a Rieger, what's that wide receiver's name?
Yeah, Rieger.
Rieger?
I think it is Rieger.
He liked him a lot. And now I think he thought Rieger, I think, was the third best wide receiver.
Stop right there.
Oh, that wasn't even. I mean, he had a couple other takes that were way more extreme than that. But
he really believed.
Yeah, no. And I'm just saying.
He just doesn't know how real drafts play out. Then
we're talking about dynasty, but still, essentially the same, though. If that's his third best dynasty wide receiver, that means he really thinks he's going to be successful in the NFL. He thinks he's good,
That's true.
And I'm talking about that dude is maybe 7, right?
I don't even know.
Yeah, that dude's like 7, 5, 6, 7, and maybe 4, but he thought he was number 3. But yeah, you guys, you guys don't think Jefferson would fall to round 2 or late round 1, or what do you guys think? So Mike's got him now at 17. Dolphins are kind of in a similar situation to what the Raiders were last year, right? The Raiders had one I think the Dolphins have more picks, but kind of similar to the Raiders to where, hey, you can pick and choose, kind of like picking team captains in a pickup game or so. You can kind of pick and choose. Hey, I'm getting the ball handler, I'm getting the big man, and I'm getting the dude who can shoot threes, So just like the Raiders did last year in their draft, I think the Dolphins have similar situation. They go like, hey, I want the best lineman. Mix that up with let's get a late value running back. Mix that up with a quarterback. Hey, we're good to go. Like, they can do that in the first 2 rounds. They have so much draft capital, quality and quantity. They can basically draft half their starting offense early in the draft. That's how much draft capital they have.
The Raiders actually had a great first round last year. If Jonathan Abram didn't get hurt,
we made fun of them, though. We were wrong. Me and a lot of fantasy analysts didn't like Josh Jacobs. We didn't really see anything. You didn't see anything in him. And
I didn't.
He was pretty good. He carried that team a lot.
He should have won. No, he did win offensive.
No. He got hurt. Kyler won.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
If he didn't get hurt, he would have won.
He would have won.
But once it's somewhat close within the same realm, they're going to give it to the quarterback. Yeah. Like, it's because you got hurt. Now, if he played those 2 games, I think he only missed 2 games, if not 3. I think
it was 3.
If he played those games and he did well, I mean, he easily won.
Yeah. He would have won.
Dolphins Super Bowl, get that comment out of here quick. That's funny, though. I like that.
It's a good joke. You have a bright future.
Dolphins That's a great clickbait title.
Dolphins.
I need to just come out. I need to write down all these ones. Dolphins Super Bowl?
Question mark. They'll get so many clicks.
Oh my god.
So many hate comments.
Yeah, right away people start, without watching, they'll comment on it.
Hella unsubscribe.
Yeah, talk about how stupid these guys are. Those people usually don't subscribe in the first place, so we're good.
That's true.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're fine.
Raiders, another pick here?
Yep.
God, they got so many picks for Khalil Mack and Cooper. It's insane.
Wait, how many is that? That's their second pick in the first?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
I don't know. All these reports are saying the Raiders like to have a wide receiver and a cornerback, so.
Well, we got them on that.
Check.
Check.
Moving on. Jags. Yeah, Jags ain't doing that. Nothing this year.
So I'll say one thing on the end of the draft that I have is interesting. I have Jordan Love going to the Pats at 23. A lot of people have him going to the Saints with the next pick at 24, but I think Taysom Hill will be the successor to Drew Brees when it's all said and done. So
Taysom Hill, I think, is 29.
Is he?
No, I think so. Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill hometown. Age 29. Yeah.
He is? Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still much younger than Drew
Brees. He's turning 30 in August, bro.
It's not bad. I mean, I like having a young quarterback isn't that great. Like, I'd rather have a experienced quarterback who's proven they can play than like a young college kid.
Where do we have T. Higgins? Mr. Blaine is saying T. Higgins in Minnesota.
I have him, yeah. That's who I have, T. Higgins. We both have him there.
Wait, do they have 2 picks? We have a cornerback.
No, for Vikings, you said 25.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Oh, they do have. They have 2 picks here.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll read. So I got Patrick Queen, linebacker, going to the Jags at 20. You have Uter Gross
Matos. Uter Gross Matos from Penn State.
I don't want to make fun of that guy's name.
Ya.
Yeah, but
coming at you.
And Eagles, I have him taking a wide receiver. You, for some reason, are like, forget about it. Wide receiver? I don't need that. Just let Carson Wentz throw to himself.
They'll find someone.
Run 4 tight end sets. Every tight end on the field. Chop, chop. Let's go. All right. You know how to play O lineman. You know how to play receiver.
That'd be hilarious.
Their tight ends have played a big part in
Yeah,
their team the last few years. That the Philly play. Who is that? The Bears tight end now. Through that, I don't remember his name. I drafted him. This is bust. I can't remember who's the Bears tight end? Not Jimmy Graham.
Oh, was it the guy who broke his leg?
No. He's in between Jimmy Graham and the guy who broke his leg. That was Miller. Zach Miller.
Yeah, Zach Miller. Remember him? Yeah, Zach Miller.
God, we can't. And I even made a meme about it. I was like, what I did was like, don't panic. Oh, Trey Burton. I was like, don't panic.
Trey Burton. What happened to him?
Don't.
Dang.
But he threw the Philly the touchdown.
Yeah, he fell off fast. He was really.
That's what happens when you go to Chicago.
Wow, what happened to that guy? I totally forgot about Trey.
Dude, everyone goes to Chicago. It's not good. Except Allen Robinson. I love Allen Robinson. Thank you. Thank you for the consistent fantasy points, A-Rob.
I'll never touch any Chicago players. Nah.
David Montgomery, baby. Round 7. Hopping back on the David Montgomery train.
Maybe Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson's a stud. He's a poor man's Mike Thomas.
I wouldn't like it, though. I wouldn't feel good.
You can get Allen Robinson late round 4.
Yeah, maybe even 5th.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many receivers right there. There's Adam Thielen, Odell. The list goes on and on. DJ Chark goes to round 4 sometimes. Sometimes Moore goes round 4. And then, there's Singletary going round 4. Melvin Gordon, Todd Gurley. Boom. Mark Ingram maybe even. Kyler Murray. He falls. He can easily fall to round 5.
Yeah.
And he won't fall further than that, though. Dude's a wide receiver 1. They took my Trey Burton. Oh yeah, that's what the meme was. Yeah, it was my burden. It's like a sitcom show. Where's my burden? Moving on, number 22. I got the Vikings taking cornerback Christian Fulton, and you got him taking cornerback Jalen Johnson.
So they're definitely going corner. Nice.
New England Patriots. They'll do something that. I'm gonna be wrong. Whatever I pick, I picked him taking AJ, whatever, edge rusher. Now this is amazing pick for them. What you got? Jordan Love, like I said, sitting 1 year behind Stidham / Hoyer / whatever the hell they got going on over there. I want to be amazing if they can.
This could be like Russell Wilson when he beat out what's his name on the Seahawks, who just got signed at the time.
No,
it's not exactly like that.
No, because Russell Wilson was a 3rd rounder, and and he was getting beat out by this guy who's way worse than Stidham. Johnny Flynn, what's his? No, that's the basketball player. His name's like Flynn, I swear. Matt Flynn.
Yes.
It's close enough. Johnny Flynn's like way more of a like.
But it's crazy because Matt Flynn got paid. Like he got paid as a starting quarterback and got beat out by a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
Like that rarely happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying people could be in love with Stidham right now, but like
who's in love with Stidham?
They are. I don't know, dude. There's like a
but I don't know. No one was in love with Flynn either. He just was
him.
I mean, he was the only, like, that's how desperate teams are for a quarterback. You're an NFL team, you go like this, hey, guys, we need a quarterback. No one's going to raise their hand and be like, excuse me, or now on Zoom, be like, excuse me, I personally don't think we need a quarterback. Like, everyone knows you need a quarterback, and they're like, who's available? They're like, nobody. This guy Flynn, he played on the Packers. He had 2 good games. They're like, who else you got? They're like, all right, we got to pay him. We'll pay him, and then we'll draft this fucking short guy. We'll see how he does.
That's exactly what
he panned out.
That's exactly what happened.
This baseball player.
Yep.
Where are we at?
But I think that would be a great pick. If this somehow manifests, that would be smart, I think, for them. They need to do that. They need to take a shot like
Oh,
this.
I love the pick. I love this. Is exactly what I was talking about with George. Like, this is exactly where you want to get him a little later and have him sit for a year. Good coach, build around him, get this man, decent O-line. Go actually get a receiver, because Julian Edelman's, he's getting up there in age. Yeah, N'Keal Harry maybe pans out. Maybe get yourself a tight end. Things haven't been the same since Gronk left. Yeah,
badly.
Mr. Blaine, Lions can take a cornerback in the second round. I say take Isaiah Simmons. He's a once-in-generational player. That is a good point.
He's not going to go. Who? What team?
Lions, but they could trade down though. Like you said, they traded down to 6. They can get Isaiah Simmons at 6, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Lions are in great position to do a lot of different things. They're in probably the best position of all the teams in the top 10.
Sid says Seahawks are trading their first rounder most likely.
Okay.
It's a report straight from Sid.
Won't argue that.
I mean, Sid's basically Ian Rappaport. What he says goes. There's no smoke screens on that guy's iPad. Like, I'm telling you right now.
That's so. All right, and then we got lazy.
How can you call a player a bust when they haven't even played a down of football in the NFL? I don't know who you're referring to. Let me know who you're referring to. Do you think there is a chance New England signs Cam Newton? Now, to me, I don't see Cam fitting with them. I don't see Bill signing with them. But then I know that.
But they signed Antonio Brown.
No. They make moves they make crazy moves. No, that was. That wasn't that shocking. Just any team signing Antonio Brown may have been a little bit of a surprise that fast, but no, that wasn't shocking because they signed a lot of wide receivers and players that haven't really, that have had issues or whatever. So that wasn't that shocking. I just don't see them going to get Cam. But they do crazy things, man. They really do. They think outside the box always.
Yeah, trading Jimmy G was definitely outside the box. Good job, guys.
Oh yeah, we got the Vikings taking a wide receiver. If they don't trade a second and a fifth to the Browns for Odell,
Ooh.
I think they'll get wide receiver T. Higgins.
Well, they might. I mean, would they be willing to give up the 22 and the 25 for Odell? Like, that's might be possible. Like, that's in play then, if that's what you think.
No, I don't. No one believes that.
Yeah.
People who believe in that, people who just are trying to believe in something that they want something cool to happen. Like, you know what? Yeah. No sports right now. What do we got? Guys? Make this trade happen.
They were when they got Odell, when they first got him, and then now it's like everyone just gave up on him. It's been 1 year. It's like, you want to see one more?
It's so and that was with Kitchen. It was with Kitchens and a young quarterback. Like, you gotta see at least another year.
Yeah, come on, that'd be crazy.
The Dolphins, we got. I think Swift.
I like your pick way better.
I think Swift and Taylor need to go in the first round, but like we were talking about before the podcast, they might not. I think they need to go late in the first round.
Well, I like that for if he goes to the Dolphins on the 26th pick. I have no problem with that. Like, I like that.
The Dolphins got rid of Drake. They don't have a running back. A lot of people made fun of their white running back. It was sad. I didn't like that. They said he looked like an accountant. I don't even know his name.
Who is
that? They traded.
Oh, I remember that guy. What happened to that
I don't remember his name.
I don't either.
Miami Dolphins accountant
/ running back
/ Patrick Laird.
Oh yes, I do remember him coming on late. Who got arrested? Someone got arrested.
Oh,
remember that? And then
who
Laird
was that?
in.
I have Balaj in fan. It wasn't Balaj.
No, it was some other guy that came out of nowhere.
Damn, we don't even We so
It's a
don't
lot of
know. It's
names, bro.
ridiculous.
Wow.
Drake was the starter.
Yeah, then they traded him, and then they had Balaj, and then they had he sucked, and then they had another dude,
Gaskins.
Gaskins,
Miles.
yes. Miles Gaskins
Miles.
is gonna be good, and then he gets arrested,
Yeah.
so he's done, and then they had to bring Patrick Laird out. Just funny.
Unleash the Laird. His last name sounds like a disease.
Oh God.
God, I tested positive for Laird.
Say something you cook with.
Laird.
Did you put Laird in
about
that?
lard. Laird is like that secret drug you put in the food, like MSG. Like, oh, you got that Laird? He put
No Laird, please.
company being sued for putting Laird in their food.
God.
Pick 27. I got safety Xavier McKinney. Go to the Seahawks. Mike has offensive tackle Austin Jackson, and I'm gonna just let Mike read the. Oh, by the way, Zach Bond, who we have going number 20 to the Ravens, got I don't want to say caught, but his pee-pee was diluted. His urine test at the combine was diluted. But his BS excuse story actually makes kind of sense. And
what do you say? He ate a poppy seed.
Well, he drank diluted. He drank a lot of water. But
okay.
it's
that happened to someone. Didn't
no, it happens. But when I research a little bit, people are saying, he's undersized. He drank. It checks. It's believable. I'll put it like that. The truth.
Oh, you know who also had that same exact thing was Reuben Foster, the Niners linebacker that we drafted from Alabama. He had a diluted sample.
He's not a troublemaker.
Okay.
That's a good.
That's the last guy that happened.
Red flag or yellow flag? Which one? What is it?
Could be both.
Or
arguably both.
Like a light, clearish yellow flag.
Yeah.
Almost clear. A translucent flag.
It's opaque.
A diluted, opaque flag. He is just throwing a jellyfish on the field.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Offensive holding. Jellyfish. Go ahead and read these off.
All right, so 29th pick. We'll wrap this up. Sorry, everybody.
They love it. There's more people tuned in now. They love it. Because there's no baseball or basketball to watch.
Whoa! I just saw this. Wait, how do you have Justin Herbert the 30th pick? Wait, that can't be.
Yeah, I had. Right. Okay, so every that you couldn't wait to read one more pick. You had to skip one.
Like, wait,
you couldn't read. You couldn't wait for the part in the movie. Like you couldn't wait one more pick. But yeah, since we're on it, everyone fall like every draft pick. That's pretty much set in stone. Whether we'll have someone miss a draft pick, a Zoom glitch, or whether we have a Jeremy Tunsil situation, I don't know.
Though? That's crazy.
Justin Herbert. One quarterback's gonna get drafted early. One's gonna fall probably. I know someone's gonna fall in the draft. It's going to happen. And I said this is the one I don't like him. I think I'd rather go Love. I don't necessarily want to take Love in the top 5 though, but that's it. Let's just put in a little wild card here.
Okay. Well, I mean, this isn't that crazy because Aaron Rodgers did slip.
Yeah, I know it's unlikely, but that's what you see what I'm trying to say is that there's going to be one guy who falls, and I tried to pick the guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not crazy.
I mean, I got like a 1 in 30 chance I'm right. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough.
Highly unlikely, but yeah, it's not that crazy. But I was just like, wait, what? Did I make it? Is there a typo?
I love how people in the chat know what's going to happen. Chargers are getting Herbert, case closed. All right, well.
Told you.
Dude, turn off when the Chargers are on the clock, turn off your stream. Turn off YouTube. Whatever. How are we going to watch this? It's on TV, right? Yeah, it's on. It's on TV. It's just broadcasted.
It's on the ESPN app too. They have a lot of
ESPN, content. NFL, and then on
you'll
internet.
Be able to watch it.
But it's gonna be from Roger Goodell's basement.
Nice.
That's for sure.
It's good.
All right, go on. Number 29.
Okay, sorry. 29. We had edge rusher Marlon Davidson from Auburn. I have Ross Blacklock from TCU, defensive tackle, and then this is where things get a little crazy.
Pick 29 is the Titans, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. 30. So Hussein has Justin Herbert. a top quarterback falling a la Aaron Rodgers to the Packers.
You said
at number
top
30.
4, top 3. Or you
Yeah,
got him top 2.
quarterback.
Okay.
I have him in the top 2. You have him with the 30th pick overall somehow. And then I have edge rusher AJ Espinosa from Iowa here. Okay. No one has any complaints about that. Number 31 is the Niners back on the clock. You have cornerback Trayvon Diggs, Bama, solid corner. We definitely need one. So I have a wide receiver here since we couldn't get any of the top guys in the top half with our first pick. I have us getting wide receiver Brandon Ayuk from Arizona State, addressing that concern. And then we both have center Cesar Ruiz, solid center to hike the ball to Patrick Mahomes on the Chiefs with a 32nd pick. And that concludes the first round, the 2020 mock draft.
Someone, I forgot your name, but someone's talking about, who's to say the Chargers don't get Winston or Cam? And I think out of those two, I think Winston's easily the better one to take, because Cam's like, who knows? Like, it's just such big question marks. With Winston, you know what you're getting, a lot of upside, but you might get screwed with the picks. At least you have an idea. With Cam, is like, is this dude gonna retire? Is he gonna just cash his check and retire in a couple years? Is he gonna run we've seen the best of Cam Newton. I'm convinced of that. Yes, with Winston, jury's not out yet. Is that the?
Did he get his eye fixed? Didn't he get his vision?
He got LASIK. Yes.
Okay, I want to see LASIK Jameis before I give up on him. I want to see that.
That's such Jameis Winston news.
I know, right?
Hey, Jameis, what's up? What's been going on? I threw 30 picks. Oh, that's a lot of picks. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, but I got LASIK, so things might be looking up next year. Like, okay, all right. How's the job hunt going? Who's interested?
Like, how old are you? You just got LASIK?
I don't know, bro. I mean, do you think teams want to see him? It
matters though.
Up
if
close.
You can't see the linebacker if your eyes are hella blurry.
I'm zooming the camera into my eye right now. Like, if you don't have a coach like looking at you right in the eye, I don't know. With this lockdown thing, maybe he would have got signed if someone could, how many fingers am I holding up? Is that Chris Godwin or is that Tom Brady?
I guarantee you he plays better with the LASIK. There's no way you could be worse. Because a lot of the times he was throwing to the line. It's like he didn't see the linebacker every single time.
You heard it.
He might not have seen him, legitimately. You know what I mean?
You heard it here first on the Fantasy Couch Podcast. Mike Mattal, hot take. Jameis Winston's gonna get better with LASIK surgery.
I mean, it's cause and effect. It's pretty obvious. But we'll find out.
What do we wrap this up with? Jameis Winston. Sports, we're so starved for sports. We're talking about LASIK surgery, elephant barf, and
what else? There was the accountant for the Dolphins.
The Laird.
The Laird. Justin Herbert falling to the 30th pick.
I was at a restaurant and it's just funny how someone was like, "Is there any MSG in this?" And the waitress said, "Yes." She said, "Can we?" I'm like listening to this and I'm like, "Is this there's no way that I'm hearing this." And then she's like, "Can we not have MSG in ours?" And she's like, "Yeah, we can take it. I cannot put it in." And I was like, "What the hell?"
People probably don't ask. They don't want to.
I ain't never. Yeah, that's what I'm just like, if I'm gonna eat it, I'm gonna eat it. I'm not gonna. It's like a taboo.
Yeah. Definitely don't do that.
As you go to Miami, you're like, "Hey, what's that one place we went to? It was so damn good."
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
It was Peruvian sushi, essentially Peruvian seafood, Peruvian sushi. I'm like, "Hey, you guys don't put any Laird in this?" I don't get a Laird allergy.
Oh, Laird allergy. It's terrible.
Well, guys, tomorrow I got invited to a summit, Instagram Extras League Summit. I think Smitty, the Fantasy Football Show, is going to be hosting that live. So we're doing a top 25 overall rankings. It's going to be live on his channel, the Fantasy Football Show. That's tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And then we are doing, you're able to get in this special league that me and Mike are hosting. You guys, it's going to be amazing. It's $20 buy-in, 12 teams. You draft the players based on the Madden ratings, and then we're going to simulate the games via Madden up until the final championship game, where me and Mike will take control of your team, take the sticks, and duel it out. All games before will be scored via fantasy football points, according to the players you drafted. But the last game will be scored on who wins, me or Mike. If I'm repping your team and I win, you take the $200, and if Mike loses,
and also,
you get
I
the
want to
$40.
say one more thing as an announcement on here. I am going to donate a special prize to the winner of the league.
Winner gets a special prize from Mike to hype up the league. That's going to be awesome.
Mystery prize.
I don't know what it is. He just reeled now. So maybe, hopefully, we're able to show it in that final video, somehow incorporate it. So, yeah, that's it. If you want to be part of that league, make sure you go and join our Facebook group. It's called Fantasy Couch Fam, and I'll provide it right there, Fantasy Couch Fam. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This podcast will be live, the audio version, on iTunes, Apple, Google Podcast, everywhere there's podcasts. Make sure you guys subscribe to both YouTube channels. I'll see you in the Facebook group. Good luck in that Madden League. It's going to be wild. Peace out.